Héctor, en un segundo vamos a ver la orillera.
I had an individual contact me over social media about a year and a half ago. Man's name was Cliff Poker. Cliff has a company down in Argentina. His company's called Forbex.
The masks are bullshit.
Forbex did, among other things, artificial turf in football stadiums, and of course in South America, football is what we call here in the United States soccer. It's a good thing I'm a patient man. Should have drove my truck. Mr. Poker had desired to expand into the gym floor business, called me and precipitated many calls back and forth discussing gymnasium floors and gymnasium floor installation. At one point, Mr. Poker invited me to come down and work with his artificial turf crews to try and train them into doing an actual gymnasium floor installation. I agreed to do that, and this weekend I am headed for Argentina.
The temperature dropped a whole lot today. Oh man, we had 100 degrees. 102 we hit on Saturday.
Here we don't have states, we have provinces.
Okay.
So the province of Buenos Aires is where we are right now.
I've never worked with a crew that I can't speak the same language with. But tell them when we have 2 beers, we'll all speak the same language. Doing a washer roll for expansion. 92% humidity outside. It's a very humid coastal region of Argentina, and we're going to need some expansion going to the gym floor.
With this promise on my part, are you willing to proceed with this oath?
Con esta promesa que les hace, ¿están dispuestos a seguir con este juramento?
Sí.
Yes.
I'm in Sarate, Argentina, and we are at a stadium called the
Maradona Basketball Stadium.
Monalota Basketball Stadium, or something similar to that.
Close enough.
But I'm here with the safety officer, Josefina. Paul, nice to meet you. And can you just talk just briefly about this project and what your job is here on this project?
Contas un poquito sobre el proyecto y qué haces acá.
Well, good morning. My name is Josefina. Estoy acá en la obra del polideportivo hace 2 años y me dedico a la seguridad y higiene de toda la obra, ¿no?
So basically what she's saying, she's been on this job for 2 years and she's in charge of safety and making sure everybody's, following the safety rules according to the government regulations.
And interestingly enough, coming from the United States down to Argentina, this is not that much different than what I'm used to seeing there. I saw some fellas up on a 3rd or 4th story deck. They were wearing a complete harness system. I think they've done a remarkable job of making sure that things are relatively safe for these workers on this job.
Higiene y seguridad es otro paso más. Así que bueno, estaría bueno también ir a probar allá si tuviese la suerte.
So what she's saying is she has a bachelor's degree in workplace safety and hygiene.
Okay.
So this is her life, this is her profession. She would love to go see one day how they do it in the States.
Awesome. Well, tell her she has an invite. She can get there. I'll bring her to a job.
Tenés una invitación abierta. Si algún día llegas a estar allá, él te lleva a una obra.
Oh, qué bueno. Muchas
Josefina,
gracias.
nice to
Un
meet
gusto.
you.
Gem, flow, guys.
All right, go to work.
Hello, we are in Sarate, Argentina, here with my friend Mr. Cliff Poker, Vorbex.
How's it going, Flex
Good.
Sport?
And Flex Sport. So Cliff, we've just had a fabulous time. We're at the end of our time together. That gym is about 70% installed, give or take. But your guys, gosh, I just fell in love with your guys. And for anybody that's watching our video that doesn't know, it wasn't like you picked these guys up off the street corner.
Oh, no. So that team, we have between 12 and 14 installation teams for our turf and our track business. And this particular team that we've been working with, they've been with us now for about 12, 15 years, somewhere, some of them 12, some of them 15.
So they're blue-collar guys, have been in the athletic turf field business, run equipment, use tools. They just never worked in a gym setting.
Correct. So the idea was, we made the decision rather than get guys here who are experienced in, wood flooring installation, who may, or may not have the best practices. We took guys, with a blank slate and tried to get them trained properly from the get-go.
Right. And from the moment you picked me up at the airport, we've just hit it off. We've had a wonderful time. We've worked. And like we've been sitting still, but we have worked. I just want to briefly demonstrate, and anybody watching from the States, of course, we talk about the MFMA and Pure and DIN certification on our floors. In South America, and maybe largely in a lot of places in the rest of the world, FIBA is kind of your gold standard. Can you talk about FIBA just briefly?
Yeah, so FIBA is the world, the International Authority for Basketball. So they oversee, Olympic level basketball, World Cups. So they're the top authority outside of the States. In the States it's NBA, but everywhere else it's FIBA. And FIBA does make you, put your floors through testing. You have to send them to an approved lab. So we had our system certified by Paul Elliott at Asset Services in the States. So he put all of our floors through pretty similar testing to what anyone who has, the Pure standards or the DIN standards will have. In fact, our system is certified with EN, so the European norms, and with the ASTM. Not the DIN, we didn't do that testing because it's not too relevant here.
Okay.
But everywhere in the world pretty much looks at the FIBA standards for, top level basketball.
And just real briefly, maybe we could bring the camera in. You have a stringer here. You've routed out a channel for your pad, so you have some bleacher blocking kind of built in.
Yeah.
You also did some stop blocking in front of the bleachers, and of course the solid blocking under the bleacher footprint and in front of the doorways. Pretty similar and almost identical to what we would do in the States.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
The one interesting thing was your sleeper. I loved your sleeper. I told you that the first time I saw it. And this is an Argentine product?
Yeah, so this is plywood that's manufactured here locally, and we have it machined in the shop, to our spec. And really the idea was, doing a lot of research, we really needed to make something that lasted forever. We can't run the risk of installing something for a customer and having the floor start to warp a little or whatever. And so all of the research that we did pointed us towards, exterior grade plywood, to make sure that that floor stays where it needs to be, for a really long time.
Right. And then by being able to source a local product, that helped you a little bit too with import-export fees and headaches of shipping.
Yeah. It was definitely a big help, and it allowed us to keep a little bit, let's say, of the budget open to bring in some really good solid wood on top of this, rather than bringing in sleepers from overseas as well. Right. So that sort of made it affordable for customers here to start looking at maple floors that we get in the States, or other types of wood that we can get from Europe or from Asia.
Awesome. Well, we really had a fabulous week. As I mentioned, I'm very confident your guys won't have any trouble finishing off that floor.
Yeah.
And then we're sending up a couple of guys in 10 days or so to do some paint and finish with you.
We're looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you so much, Clay.
Thank you, Paul.
Yeah. Good day, Steve.